cigarette, and smoke. How many times a day do you see and inhale cigarette smoke? Quite a lot, right? Every time someone is reprimanded for smoking in smoke-free zone, it inevitably leads to lengthy debates about human rights. Even though this is also for their own good, every human being, including smokers, has the same right to breathe clean and healthy air. It is important to note that health is a fundamental human right that must be upheld and protected. Based on data from 2023 Indonesian Health Survey conducted by the Ministry of Health, it is estimated that there are around 70 million Indonesians who actively smoke. And based on 2024 data, it is known that more than 115 million Indonesians are exposed to secondhand smoke at home, in offices, in public places, and also in public transport. Like even in educational environments such as campuses, we sometimes encounter cigarette smoke, and even though campuses are supposed to be smoke-free zone. And then, based on this data, I am one of many who agree with the smoke-free zone policy and including the ban on smoking around campuses. And some people of you are thinking, why do I agree with this ban and policy? So, my name is Cindy Aulia Agustin with student ID number 70250512. So, this is my opinion about that. Quoted from the Ministry of Health, passive smoking is more dangerous to health. This is because smokers only inhale a small portion of the smoke into their bodies and lungs. The rest of the smoke is exhaled into the air and can be directly inhaled by other people as passive smokers. According to the article, Healthcare Cause of Non-Communicable Disease Related to Smoking in Indonesia 2015, tobacco kills more than 7 million people per year, and with more than 6 million of those deaths resulting from tobacco use by smokers, while around 19,000 are the result of non-smokers being exposed to cigarette smoke or secondhand smoke, which has a significant impact on the incidence of lung, colon, stomach, bladder, pancreas, and liver cancer. The Ministry of Health also added there is not only smoke that is the focus of danger, but residues that remain on hair, clothing, carpets, or sofas also pose a risk of cigarette smoke hazards to passive smokers, especially children. Furthermore, campuses are educational environments. School environments, which fall under one of the categories of school smoke-free areas, as outlined in Article 151 of Law No. 17, 2023 on health. So, in my opinion, it is perfectly acceptable to implement a smoke-free zone policy and smoking ban around campuses because policy is one of the most effective ways to control and reduce this problem. In the meantime, I agree with the smoke-free zone policy mandated directly by the government, which establishes smoking bans on campus to protect everyone's right to health. In accordance with Law of Republic of Indonesia concerning health in Article 4, everyone has the right to healthy environment for the achievement of a high level of health. Hello, have any of you heard of the present simple tense? It is a common and frequently used tenses, whether you're speaking or writing, even in informal interviews, you can use the present simple tense. So, before I begin these presentations, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Cindy Aulia Agustin with a student ID number 70250512 from class 70.18.26. Will be explained about the function, structure, and example of the present simple tense. So, what is the functions? The function and the purpose of the present simple tense is convey or discuss about general things, facts, and also direct comments. For example, he always arrives in 15 minutes before class, which is a routine statement. It should be noted that the present simple tense doesn't discuss about what happened in this time and things that are happens in the future. But these are included in the functions and the meaning of the present continuous tense. So in the next slide, we want to discuss about basic structure of the present simple tense. So there are three types of base structure. They are positive, negative, and interrogative. For the positive sentence, verb 1 will be followed by the suffix like as or es or ies. But in a structure of negative or interrogative, just use verb 1 without the suffix. So as you can see on front of you guys, that is positive structure. And for the subject, if you want to use one or two person pronoun, you cannot add some suffix in the end of verb 1. But if you want to use third person pronoun, you must add suffix in the end of the verb 1. So the next one is the negative structure. If you want to use do, you have use one or two person pronoun in your subject. But if you want to use does, you have to use third person pronoun in your subject. This is the example of the sentence in every types of basic structure in present simple tense. Like a first one, Liana waters the pink peony flowers once a week in the morning. So Liana is a subject and also waters is a verb 1 because I use Liana is a third person pronoun. I add the suffix as in the end of the verb 1. So the pink peony flowers is the object and once a week in the morning it's adverb of time. So the next one is example of the negative sentences. Sun does not set in the east. So the sun is a subject but in third person pronoun. So you must add does, not do. And set in the east is the object. So the last one is interrogative sentences. The example of the sentence is do you love me? So because I use you, which is two person pronoun, I have to add do in front of the subject. So love is a verb and me is the object. So some of you may have to think the structure is easy but add the suffix in the verb are confusing. So don't worry because I want to tell you about the conditions when you have to add the s or es or ies. So for the first one is adding the suffix s. When encounter a regular verb 1, just a regular verb 1. For examples, read to reads, write to writes, and listen to listens. When encountering a verb 1 from ending in y and preceded by a vowel object. For example, say to says. The second condition is to adding the suffix es. When encountering verb 1 endings ch, ss, o, sh, and x. For examples like watch, watch is ch in the end of the words. Watch to watches, and go to goes, wish to wishes, and miss to misses, and the last fix to fixes. And the last suffix is adding suffix ies. When encountering verb 1 reading in y and presented by a consonant. Example, study to studies, and try to tries. Yay, celebrate of your new informations about tenses today. So the conclusion is you know the base structure of the present simple tense and also the functions about the present simple tense. And yeah, you have to know about examples once too, but you have to create your own example sentence. Thank you for taking your time to watch these videos. See you in the next videos or project. Bye bye.